You know, I've been very lucky to have driven a lot of different cars. Well, there's one car that sticks out in my mind in the last 10 years that really gained a lot of attention. Wherever I parked it, there'd be a crowd of people, especially when it came out. And that was the Smart car. This is the all-new 2016 Smart car, and it has been totally redesigned. So let's see what's new. We're here in beautiful, busy downtown Portland to check it out. There is still no mistaking that this is a Smart car. It still has its little quirky look, but just not quite as quirky now. But they've added a lot of nice styling cues. Certain models can be had with LED rope style daytime running lights. The panels are all removable and you can change different colors of panels. The front grille comes in 3 different colors. Standard on all models, 15-inch rims. If you want to go for the optional sport package, you can go for 16-inch. The rear is very flat, very much like the front, and also featuring LED taillights. The interior of the new Smart is very funky in my opinion, and you have a general theme of roundness. You have these round orbs for the air vents, you have this round tachometer, rotatable tachometer and a clock, and you have a semicircle for your speedometer with a TFD display, and guess what? A round steering wheel. Speaking of steering wheels, this one does not tilt or telescope. Standard though, it does have cruise control. Onwards to the middle here, available is a touch screen navigation system, but if you don't want to go and buck up for, you know, about $1,200 or so, you can buy this little holder here and it plugs right into the middle and it gives you power to your smart device. And Mercedes has a proprietary app which has your navigation and you can use things like your music through the stereo system. Down below here, you have a really cool retro looking slider system for your temperature control. I think it'd be really neat if they actually made the tuner like that, like an old radio. And as for storage, lots of storage. You have storage in the doors, you actually have a glove box, and you have a nice little ledge here. Great for collecting junk or your sunglasses. And in a pinch, you can put things behind the seat if they're not too wide. The Smart is also available with many different trim levels inside and different materials and colors. For people that want to express themselves, this is definitely the right car to do that. The new Smart still has a clamshell type opening. You basically open the top and there's a lever here and it folds down. There's 10 liters more storage in the new Smart now. And actually it fits quite a bit. We can put 2 tripods in here. We got 1 camera bag. This is a full-size carry-on roller. And there's still room behind the seat there. Just fold it up like that, and you're off. Okay, there's one thing that I do remember, as well as this being a very popular car for people to look at when you're driving down the street, and that is for the old version of the Smart car, it wasn't that great to drive. The transmission was very sluggish, and for me, myself, I found that the car was like, when you're going down the road, especially like at speed about 80 kilometers an hour, and maybe like a bumpy road or even the highway, and you hit a bump, it would just kind of like throw you all over the place. And I had always said, man, I couldn't imagine spending a lot of time in that vehicle. But it was fun to drive, mainly just for the attraction of how popular it was with people. Now this Smart, totally different. One of the main things is the vehicle is now 10 centimeters or 4 inches wider. And it doesn't seem like a lot, but those 4 inches make the drive a lot smoother. I think I'm talking a lot smoother. It feels very stable. And talk about stable, there's a lot of safety aids. First of all, you have a Tritium safety cell, which is basically you're enclosed in a cage, and the old Smart car was the same way, and it's always been a very safe car. Along with that, you have 8 airbags, things like a stability program, and something new borrowed over from the GL and the S-Class even of Mercedes is the crosswind assist, meaning it uses the stability system. And since it's such a small vehicle, when you're going down and a large gust of wind comes, well, guess what? It'll actually counter and help keep the car on the road and on track. Pretty amazing. Now, as for power, well, that's also new as well. A new 900cc, like some motorcycles are bigger than that, but a 900cc 3-cylinder turbocharged and direct injected motor with 89 horsepower and 100 foot-pounds of torque. Doesn't seem like a lot for those numbers, but you forget to realize this is a small car. That's matched to brand new now. This is where Mercedes realized they listened to their customers who complained about the last version, that the transmission was a big fault, and they've changed that. You can now get a 5-speed manual or a 6-speed dual clutch transmission. Now this comes right out of cars like their B class, so the car is a lot more engaging to drive. So I've said it handles very well. It's very nimble, especially in the urban areas, tight spots. You know, you can park pretty well anywhere. You can actually park it sideways. I don't know if that's legal or not, but the best thing about a small car like this, and this also has available a variable assist steering, and the turning radius. This thing, look at, I'm using half the road to turn around. Let's just pull over here 1 second, and we have one car on the other side. There's not much room here. I'm just gonna crank the steering wheel, and it feels like you're on a turntable. It's incredible. 22.5-foot turning radius. Fabulous. Now this is a car, I'm serious, I would really enjoy driving in the city. You know, because where everyone else is gonna have a hard time finding parking or squeezing through tight alleys or anything like that, this thing could probably fit on the sidewalk. One thing that I do wish that this car had, standard, it is available as an option, is a backup camera. There is a little bit more a blind spot on either side. The pillar is quite thick, and you know, it'd be nice to have one. By the way, just in case you're wondering, 0 to 60, just over 10 seconds. Might not seem very fast, but it actually feels a lot quicker than it is. Well, after 2 days of driving the new Smart fortwo in the Portland area, we're at our final destination, and it's the mecca of food if you're a big foodie. If you don't know, Portland is huge on food carts and food trucks, and where we're at right now is basically the Shangri-La of all that. It's called Cartlandia. Over 30 food trucks. If you can't find something here, you can't find anything. Anyways, if you're looking for a uber cool, very unique car that can turn on a dime and it's so fun to go in and out of traffic, you gotta try this new Smart.